Happening? I am Mario Padilla, and I am here with my colleague.
What's up, guys? I'm back. I'm back. Deuce, 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 deuce. It's your boy Kempes with the Kempes Group. Make sure you can see it, the Kempes Group, the division of the mortgage link. What's up, guys?
What is happening? Deuce, deuce, deuce. Is that? Tell me about that. What is that?
I'm just doing my deuce. Doing a little peace. This world nowadays, it's all about peace, man.
It's all about peace.
Gotta peace. When stuff not going right, guess what you do, my friend? You make sure you throw the peace up, so everybody know you all about peace.
World peace.
World
So,
peace.
so hey man, we're back. We were live last week, late last week, right before the Super Bowl. So, how'd the Super Bowl go for you? Did you?
Dude, exactly what I expected.
Were you rooting? Who were you rooting for?
Well, I picked the Chiefs to win because I think Pat Mahomes was just too much for that defense. I know that defense, the Eagle defense is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I think Pat was just, NDE and Pat was gonna find any way. And don't forget Eric the enemy, whatever his last name is. I can call him Eric the enemy, but the office coordinator for the Chiefs. Those guys, man, they just know how to use that guy. When it's to call plays and make plays happen. And at the end of the day, it was a good game. Exactly what I expected. It was a close game. And if everybody had listened to me, everybody would have been a winner.
Boom. In real estate and in football.
Done.
Yeah. So I didn't have a horse in the race. I'm a Ravens fan, so my Ravens didn't make the Super Bowl, unfortunately, and I am.
Well, first, Ravens got to pay the quarterback.
We got to pay Lamar.
Until you pay Lamar, you're not going to win the Super Bowl, bro. Sorry to say.
Yeah. Let me show you my shirt today. It's my real estate shirt. Gucci, Fendi, Chanel. Scratch those out. Deeds, LLCs, and title.
Why not?
Give me the loot.
Why not? That's the only way everybody should think nowadays. You know what I mean? Save your money, save your money, save your money.
Save.
Perfect example of that. I can tell you that.
Save your money.
Save your money.
Don't we all?
But so what are we talking about today? Today we have a topic that, we want to talk to you guys about. About a few weeks back, I was in WUSN9.
Yeah, he was on the news. This guy was on the news. He's a superstar.
Your local superstar.
Superstar. Actually, let me start off by telling him. So the topic today is real estate 101, right? And that's pretty broad, but we're getting a question, a big question. A lot of our clients over the past, 5, 6, 7 years are now getting to the point where they want to move up, right? Where they want to make a move, whether it's a lateral move to a different community. Maybe they want to get a bigger house. Maybe they want some more square footage, a bigger yard, whatever it may be. So you and I are getting the question, I want to sell my house. I want to capitalize from the equity that I have in my house. And I want to be able to go buy a new house, right? So all sounds great and all is very doable. But kind of the trend that we've been talking about over the last couple of days, there's no inventory, right? Or let's rephrase that, very little inventory. And so what happens, right? If you're a seller in today's market, you realize I could put my house on the market on Thursday, right? And if it's priced right and it looks well and, your agent did a good job, it's going to sell within 2, 3, 5, 7 days. But what happens?
You might get an offer the same weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. But what happens when my house goes under contract and I haven't found my next home, my next dream home, right? And so that takes us into the segment that we're going to talk about today, which is how can you buy your next home by using the equity that you have in your current home and being able to go out and shop before you sell. So I'll let you take it away.
Well, that's actually a good topic. Like I was saying earlier, about in the beginning of this month, I was in WUSN9. We was doing a segment in bridge loan, right, which is a big thing nowadays, and obviously the buyers have to be able to carry both mortgage.
So
now, let me tell
so
you
yeah, tell us what a bridge loan is, right? Because there's a lot of people listening that don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
A bridge loan is basically, right, the equity that you have in your house, right? We would give you up to 80% of that equity. Okay. So, for example, right, if you have a mortgage that's you have a house that's worth $100,000. I'm using low number, $100,000. Your mortgage is only 30,000.
Okay.
So that means you have 80,000 of equity in that house, right? From that 80,000, I will give you up to 80% of that 80,000.
So you'll give them a loan up to 80.
80%.
So that means that they owe 30, you'll give them up to 80 so they could pull up to 50 from their equity,
from the equity,
so that they could use that money to go put as a down payment, a deposit as a down payment on their next home. And once they've secured that home, now we go and we tackle the sale.
They can put the house in the market, make it as pretty as possible so they can sell the house. And I think it's actually a pretty good program that's going on right now that we have, because that help buyers to not don't rush. They don't want to rush, especially if you don't have the money or don't want to take a different loan or borrow from your 401k to do all that. So give them the time to actually sit down, plan everything out with a person like you, like the realtor, and kind of brainstorm an idea of exactly how to do this deal so they can get the right house, and also at the same time put the house in the market and for the right buyer to come buy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I think if anybody in the market for stuff like that, please reach out to Mario and reach out to me, because at the end of the day, guys, this is what we're here for. This is why we're doing this. This is what we do for a living. This is what we study. This is the market that we're in, and the only way to get the good information out is by reaching out to your professional, which means your realtors and your lenders. Because believe it or not, we are the professional that can guide you and give you the proper information so you could do what you do.
You better believe it. So that's interesting, right? Because let me give you the alternative. If you didn't have that bridge loan in place and you didn't take advantage of that equity, the alternative is you have to sell your home, right, to be able to tap into that resource. And so what does that look like? So if I have to sell your home without finding you your new home, one of two or three things are going to happen, right? I can either A, help you sell your home and we go to closing and we find you an alternative living arrangement, right? So that could look like an Airbnb for a couple of months. It could be a short-term rental. You know, we've got clients that do extended stays, or you go live with family, right? You stay with your family for a little bit, have the cash in your pocket, and now we go out and we look for a home. Option number two is we put your home on the market, right? We put it on the market with a contingency that basically when you go out and you look for another home, you're telling the seller of the home that you're looking to purchase, hey, I want to buy your house, but it is contingent on me selling my house first. And obviously, as we know, that becomes a little bit of a challenging situation.
Especially in this market.
Yeah, it becomes a challenging situation because when a seller has options, the option that they want to take the least is somebody who has to sell their home, right? Because there's always that challenge of what if that sale doesn't go through, then it's going to delay me. And then option number three is that we can obviously go on the market and work with the buyer of your home that will give you a short amount of time for you to go out and get your home under contract, which is called a home of choice contingency, right? So we have a couple of different options to go about it. And the bridge loan is obviously an alternative. It gives you one more tool on your tool belt to be able to go out there and make your move happen, right? So kind of if you're a seller, right, if you're a homeowner who's looking to get on the market and you don't know how to go about it, we just presented to you three different scenarios on how to help it make that fruit or come to fruition, right? So
let me say something on that. You know, the good thing is option, right? You gotta have option. You don't want to go to a realtor that you don't have that can help you find what your options are, right? Because once you have options and then you can pick the best option for you, that just make the transaction a better transaction.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about headaches. You don't have to worry about anything. Because also the bridge loan too, they help you get a storage if you need a storage. Whatever you need, we'd be able to get it to you with that money, and then you don't even have to take all the money out. That's the other thing. You just take whatever you need to make that deal happen, and then when you sell your house, you close, you can take the rest of the money and buy your furniture and whatever you need to do. So having option it's actually the most important thing in this prospect.
it's what we want, right? Is to have choices for you to be able to make it happen. So that's the bridge loan in a nutshell. I don't know that there's a whole lot more that we could talk
Not
about that,
much
right?
more to talk about. That's it. And if you need more information, reach out to us. Like I said, I'm Kempes. Obviously, I'm the lender with the Kempes Group. Again, if you didn't know it, just reach out to me. Number is 267-625-3066. 267-625-3066. That's the cell number, and the office number is 301-708-0401.
And we'll put that in the details so you don't have to quickly jot it down while you're listening to us. But and yeah, likewise, look, if you own a property and you are considering making a move, reach out because inventory's low. And what happens when inventory is low and demand is high? You have leverage, right? You have the ability to negotiate better terms in your favor. And right now, the marketplace needs your listing.
And then
so
you just said something, inventory is low. And somebody asked me that question the other day, since we're coming up to the spring market, the fact that we have low inventory, does that mean we're going to start seeing the same thing that we saw back in, what, 2020,
2021?
And I don't think it is, personally, but
Well,
I'm not the expert for
So
that.
what do you mean as far as multiple
Multiple
offers,
offer,
properties
and then
escalating?
escalate up to 2, 1, 50, 60, 100, 200,000. I don't think it's going to go that high. Multiple offer, you're definitely going to get multiple offer. But I don't think anybody's going to turn around and give you 100,000 over asking price or 200,000 over asking price. Now, some might do.
Yeah, and I think it's case by case, right? Because the difference today versus 2 years ago is interest rates, right? Interest rates today are significantly higher than the low point. Not to say that they're high, because you and I both know when we got into business, this was normal, right?
Yeah.
Today's rates are normal. 2020, actually, let's say 2018 to 2021 really spoiled us because we saw this quick decline with them bottoming out in the twos, right? In the twos. And so I think a lot of the consumers have an expectation that interest rates are going to go back to that place. And I don't think that that's going to happen. I mean, there's just no real scenario where we're going to have those things line up, right? Knock on wood. Hopefully we don't have anything like COVID happen again. And, we and we have situations.
I have a lot to say about that.
Yeah, and that's for the next one. And we have, situations where a buyer is paying, significantly more money for a property. But now with that being said, if you're a buyer who has the cash to put on top and has gotten frustrated because you've lost out multiple offers, there may be somebody who wants to be in a specific neighborhood because their family member lives next door. Well, they're going to do whatever they can to get that house, right? Or schools, there's countless scenarios, but I think that the biggest thing right now is from a buyer's perspective, right? And we're kind of flip-flopping, talking about sellers, talking about buyers, but from a buyer's perspective, if you're in the market today, you really have to be, number one, prepared, and have a very clear expectation of what to expect in the market, right? I think that a lot of buyers caught the news 6 weeks ago that the market was falling and the bottom, the end was coming, and we don't see that, right? We don't see that. So I think that it's very important for us to have these conversations with our clients and give them clear expectations.
And it's knowledge. The more knowledge the client have, the better decision they can make for themselves. But I'm tired of people telling them rates are coming down. That's not the case here, guys. Like, rates is not going to the twos. Don't say I'm waiting for rates to be in the twos. Then you're gonna wait for a long time.
Yeah, or prices. I'm waiting for prices to
then you're gonna wait for a
fall
long
in
time.
half.
That's not gonna happen. Focus on the equity you're going to build. Focus on the equity that the house have right now. Focus on what you can get, how fast you can get it built up, and in that way you already in. You're already ahead of the game. Stop waiting, because waiting doesn't work. I can tell you that right now. Waiting doesn't work. Go if you like the house, go get it. If you feel like the rate is somewhat high, that's fine. You can always refinanced later. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think, again, that goes along with setting expectations because we don't know what's going to happen with rates, right? And one of the things that I've been, somewhat cautious with telling my clients is having that expectation that if you're putting very low money down or no money down, like you're going to probably have a situation where you may have a little bit of a challenge if the market turns around. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing about real estate, guys, is that most people don't wake up and say, hey, I'm going to go buy a house today and just buy it, right?
Yep.
It's about planning and preparation and being able to afford it. And look, there's people that were able to afford a house a year ago that can't afford it today.
100%.
And vice versa. There's people that a year ago, even though rates were 2%, they couldn't afford it then, but today they can. And so if you're ready and you're in a position where you can buy, then let's go out and let's make a smart buy. And, we got to stop looking at all of the factors and waiting for all of the stars to line up, because you're missing out. I have clients that I'm working with today that in 2020 they said, hey, I'm going to take a break. And, would they have bought in 2020? They would have been locked in at 3%, right?
Oh, I have all this equity.
Hindsight is 2020. So we can't look back at that. We really have to look at what we have in hand today and what we have in the horizon. And at the end of the day, that's really all we can do. You got anything else you want to add?
That's all we could do, guys. That's all we could do. At the end of the day, that's all we could do. All I wanted to say is, I have a board full of a lot of clients disapprove, and, they're all waiting. And I'm telling you guys right now, don't wait. Don't wait. Talk to your realtors. If you feel like the house work for you, the location is right, the neighborhood is right, but the house needs a little bit of work, then take it. Because you're not going to find the perfect house in this market. You're going to find a house that's going to need work, something you can actually compromise and make it work for what you want it to be. And at the end of the day, you can always refinance. If the rates is a problem, you can always refinance, guys.
Expectation. So with that being said, guys, I am ready to sign off. If you have any real estate questions, feel free to reach out. If you're thinking about buying a home, feel free to reach out. We can help you put together that game plan to make it a smooth and successful one. And if you are considering selling any kind of property, reach out. We have buyers all over the DC metro area right now that are ready to make a move. So with that being said, guys, again, Mario Padilla, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.
Kempes Jean, deuce, deuce, deuce.
Yeah, I don't like that deuce, deuce, deuce thing.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Give us a thumbs up if you like this.
Deuce.
If you like the deuce, 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 give us a thumbs up. If you think Kempes should cut that out of his vocabulary, give us a thumbs. No, don't give us a thumbs down. That doesn't look good. Give us a crying face if you want Kempes to not say that again.
All right, I guess we will see you guys on Friday.
Talk to you guys. Bye-bye.
Guys, peace.